This is Felicia of the Urban Taste, the First Lady of Wine, and I'm here tonight about to start my blind tasting studies for my Certified Specialist of Wine exam. So tonight, I'm going to be kind of doing some talking, but not really. I'm going to try to explain what I'm doing, but for the most part, I'll just be tasting and taking notes. So a blind tasting pretty much is you taste a wine and you're not supposed to know what it is. Technically, I know what these are because the first thing I need to do is I need to know what I'm drinking, develop notes, develop my palate on them, and then over time, the more I do this, the more I'll be able to recognize a wine without knowing what it is based on the studying and the tasting and kind of the training that I'm going to be doing along my wine journey that I'm inviting you guys to join me on. So tonight, I'm going to be tasting a unoaked Chardonnay from Mendocino County, California. It is the Kimmel 4 Blocks collection. Come up here so you get a view of that. I think that is the 2011 vintage, so this is in stores now. So this is what I'm going to be blind tasting. So pretty much I've already poured some in my glass. You want to do about 2 to 3 ounces just so you can kind of go back and pull, different things from it. You usually can't tell, at least I can't tell from the first sip, everything that's in it. So I've got my wine, my glass for it. I've got some crackers to clear my palate if need be. And I've got these helpful guides here, these wine wheels. I'll show that to you. This is the industry standard one. And this is like one, I actually got it today. It's kind of cool. But wine wheels are pretty much based on the style of wine that you have. It kind of walks you through what you should taste in each and every one of them. So, they usually say, it tastes like, if it's a red, it has berries. That's very general. Well, what type of berries? Strawberries, blackberries, blueberries, raspberries. If it's a white, it's citrusy. Well, what type of citrus? Is it lime? Is it orange? Is it zest? Is it lemon? Pineapple, if it's acidic, etc. So these wine wheels are going to kind of guide me because, as I said, I am starting. So some stuff I can pull for myself and I'll make those notes. And then the more I taste, I'll be picking up hints of something. And if I can't figure it out on my own, I'll refer to the wine wheel. So let's just go ahead and get started. Before I begin, number 1 rule, 4 S's. That's sight. You want to look at your wine. You want to see if it's cloudy, if it has any floaties in it. You want to look at the color. And this too can also tell you about a wine. This is like a light kind of golden, buttery kind of color, which most Chardonnays are. And so that's sight. And then next you want to go ahead and swirl. And swirling here is all in the wrist action. You don't need to, swish, swish, but you really just want to swirl it to open up the bouquet, aka aromas of the wine. And this is like the first part of, a tasting. It's imperative you do this. So I definitely smell some citrus notes. It's very floral, fragrant. Smells like spring. It is springtime. I'm getting some notes of some herbiness. I don't know what type of herb, or it could be grass that I'm smelling. It smells very grassy, kind of like outside. So once you smell, now comes the fun part. You get to sip. That's good. But I'm a little confused because I think I left out one of the S's. I said sight. I said swirl. Smell. and sip. Did I say the 4? I ain't even start drinking it, and already I done lost track. So it's sight, look at it, swirl it, smell it, and sip it. The good thing about tastings is sometimes what you smell on the nose of the wine, you think that's what it's going to taste like, but it's totally different. So I was smelling herb, grass, and citrus. I don't taste the grass. I think I taste the citrus. But I definitely taste like butter, which is like common for Chardonnay. As I said, this is unoaked, so I'm not getting any of that woody, kind of oaky, barrely kind of dryness of a Chardonnay. This is very light, kind of crisp and airy. I mean, and it goes down the palate like really, really well. I'm normally not a Chardonnay drinker, but I can definitely see myself drinking this. So I'm just going to jot down some notes, and I'll get a little help from the wine wheel. I'll be back. Okay, so I've jotted down my notes of what I think the wine smells like, what it tastes like, etc. And so now to kind of double check if I was right, and also to add to my tasting profile, I'm going to refer to my wine wheel. So earlier I said that it smelled very herby and kind of grassy. So on the wine wheel, there's an area for herbaceous or vegetative. And so that's broken down into fresh, canned / cooked, or dried. And under the fresh column, it actually says cut green grass. And obviously earlier I said it smells very grassy. So I kind of hit it on the head with that. So fresh and like green grass. I also said it was citrusy. And so obviously under citrus, they have grapefruit and lemon. I would definitely say this had lemon undertones. Floral wise, they have geranium, violet, rose, linalool, which is the Earl Grey tea, and orange blossom. My notes tell me, because it's citrusy, I'm probably going to say it's, orange blossomy, but I'm also kind of picking up some rose hints. So I'm gonna write like both of those down, and what'll happen is I'll put this in my profile, and then I'll taste another Chardonnay. I'll take notes on that. I'll do another Chardonnay, and I'll start building, looking at the common factors of what Chardonnays smell like, what they taste like, etc. And I'll get a general profile of it. And then what I'll do is I'll go back in round 2, and I'll start doing blind tastings by certain regions, or, all Mendocino County Chardonnays. Do they all taste the same? Are they different? This comes from a vineyard that's elevated at about 1,000 feet. So I'll compare one that's elevated versus one that's not. And then, I'll start expanding my profile via that way. So, this can get really, really, really fun. This is a great way to learn about wines at home, with your girlfriends or your guy friends, or, it can be a theme for a party. And it's really, really cool to do it with a group of people, because everyone has a different nose and everyone has a different palate. And it's really, really fun to see what someone else is picking up that you've missed. And sometimes when you go around the group, you can build a whole flavor profile just by everybody there. And, all the pressure isn't on you to kind of guess what it is. So that's really fun. And it kind of opens you up and expands your mind, because I've always found when I do stuff like this amongst a group, I'll be like, saying what I think is in it, and oh, it smells like this and it tastes like this, and someone will say something completely different, and I'm like, I didn't think of that. And then I'll go back and I'll do my 4 S's and I'll taste it, and it's like, you're right. And I never would have known that or picked it up had someone else not brought it to my attention. So that's kind of what the wine wheel is for me now. It's like my other friends that are drawing attention to things that I didn't pick up. So definitely, I'm going to jot some stuff down, and I'll be right back. All right, so I think I've got very generic, basic kind of profile on this California unoaked Chardonnay. It's really not as complicated when it's a non-oaked Chardonnay or wine, because oak imparts so many different layers of flavor, and so that makes like a huge difference. So this one was pretty easy or whatnot to kind of break down. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish up. I'm going to finish this, and just for future reference, if you guys ever, want to do this, as I said, it's a California Chardonnay, unoaked. Chardonnays are usually medium body wines, and they usually go really, really good with kind of vegetarian, spicy foods, vegetables, pastas, anything with like chicken or fish in it, like a seafood, is usually a safe bet. And if you're pairing it with the cheese, you definitely want to pair it with a soft cheese. So those are just some tips. Check out our information that'll be following this video. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at _Urban Taste. Like our Facebook page at The Urban Taste, obviously on Facebook. We're on Instagram at The Urban Taste. We're on Pinterest, The Urban Taste. Where else? Follow the blog, Adventures of the First Lady of Wine, on Tumblr at theurbantaste.tumblr.com. You can always shoot me an email at urbantaste@premier, PREMIERELMS, premierelms.com. So urbantaste@premierelms.com, or give us a call at 786-405-WINE. Yes, that's wine. 786-405-WINE. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.